So guys, I was looking around online for a review of this board, the Hydroforce Fastblast Tech. Couldn't find one anywhere, so I bought the board anyway and thought I would just share with you my initial thoughts. I've used it a few times now for quite a few hours. Seems to be a good board. I'm quite pleased. So the size of the board is 12.6 long, 30 inches wide and 6 inches thick, and it's 349 litres. And I think its weight capacity is 135 kilos, which is quite high for a board, for an inflatable anyway. So the deck, let's start with the deck. This EVA foam deck is thicker than the first one, just ever so slightly. It's a lot softer if you're doing your back step turns on. This one's got nice like crocodile skin texture to it, giving you plenty of grip. It's got a nice wide handle. It's not very thick, but it's wide enough so it doesn't dig into your hands. It's got a little storage bungee at the front, enough for say a shoebox, nothing more than a 20-litre bag. The nose on this board is quite nicely pointed. It's not always in the water. It's the water's cut in about 6 inches under the board, which is nice, because then I'm not dividing the water myself, I'm more on top of it. It's got another handle on the back. This one seems like it's got more material inside, but it's a lot tighter to the board. I can barely get my fingers under. It's almost pointless having it there. It's too short. The inflation valve seems to be just the normal valve you get. It's nice high quality finish, stainless steel D-links. The one thing I did notice about this board compared to my red board was it has this extra rail tape, which my other board hasn't got. It's only got the wraparound tape. I'm compared to my red board because it's the only board I've got. This one comes with a leash as well, Hydroforce leash, which seems adequate quality for what it is. There's drop stitching on this. I don't know if you can see on the camera. I'll try and pick it up. Still these little dents inside the board. That's the drop stitching. They're not as densely populated as they are on the red boards. Red boards seem to be a bit more closer together. But this board being 6 inches thick, definitely is stiff enough for the man that weighs 100 kilos, no problem. So let's get to the bottom of the board. Just flip it over one-handedly. So at the front, you've got again a stainless steel towing link. You've got the normal graphics of the Hydroforce on the bottom. You've got some rules which nobody abides by. And my biggest hate of this board, the rest of the board is brilliant, is this fin box. Don't know if you can see, but this type has got this type of click-in method, and it's not like your standard fin boxes. So what I'm going to do eventually is cut this box off and then replace it with a US style fin box. For what I'm using it for on the canals, the fins are fine, but I don't like this box. I want to have a choice of different fins I can put on there for different styles of riding, and depends on the water I go on. I've got this board pumped up to 15 psi, which is 1 bar. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with a paddle, so I'm using my red paddle, just a standard aluminium paddle. I don't know really what else to cover on this. I paid £310 delivered from Amazon on a shop called This Is It Stores. They've recently put their prices now to about £360, which is just over $400 approximately. Still worth the money. This is a good quality board for your money, and the tech layer that they're talking about is the material is definitely thick on this board. When it's deflated, it definitely feels thicker than my other board, but I can't show you on the camera. I'll try and yeah, you can see that like crisscross pattern in the finish. Well, just between the layers there's another material which helps stiffen the board up. Now this is actually seems to be working on the Hydro Forces. I've seen the ones without the tech material in there, and they seem to flex a lot more than the ones with it. I'll try and get it again. Yeah, you can just see there. And as you can see, the finish on this board is all very nice. It's very nice and neatly cut. Everything's good. All this is actually printed on, so I'd imagine this is going to rub off eventually. You know, from side scrapes and paddles. Ah, there we go. It's already started from hitting it with the paddle from time to time. Never mind. It's got to get used. I hope you find this helpful. The board does look quite wide here, but it's actually only 30 inches wide, which is good for your gliding. You don't want it any wider than that really if you want something that's going to glide. My only downside is I find it quite hard to turn compared to my Red 11 Sport. I think it's because of the length of the board, just having that extra foot or so causes you to have a bit more resistance in the water. I hope this helps anybody looking for a cheap sup board. This is absolutely ideal. I'm actually going to attach eventually on the back here some more D-links, so probably four, just so I can, when I go on my long touring sup expeditions, I can carry a bit more equipment. Normally a massive water bottle I try to fit at the back. I might add two more at the front, just here and over here, so I can add some more elastic on and carry more equipment at the front. But as a day-to-day sup, it's perfect as it is. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Thumbs up.